All right, are you Ashley Faye?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Faye was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the third-degree felony offense. Well, and it was a state jail that was enhanced to a third degree of credit debit card abuse. The agreement was for a cap of 5 years. And I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Just a comment as to what Ms. Faye's comments were, Judge. It appears that she's not taking responsibility. I spoke with her about that. I think
I was just kind of confused in the way it was worded. I didn't know what, I was never really truly told like the specific on the case, like.
Did you use somebody else's credit or debit card?
It was me and my friend did.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't understand how she worded it.
Okay.
But yes, I did.
Okay.
that's the only correction I had, Judge.
Any corrections, Mr.
Nothing that I
Nichols?
saw, Your Honor.
Also, in addition to that report, I have received just not, looks like a few pages of jail incident reports that I've reviewed as well. Has everyone received those?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed with the argument.
Yeah, Judge, I think looking at her criminal history, then that this is somebody that deserves a chance on probation. That's what she's asking for, however. If you look at her comments on page 4, she's asking for Santa Maria. We've already talked about that a little bit this morning. She's indicated to the probation officer that she doesn't have an issue with drugs. She wants to go to Santa Maria for, I guess they've got a kind of like a cognitive track there also. But obviously, looking at the PSI report and everything that's in it, if they can give her help with drugs there, then that's certainly something that would be beneficial to her. She's ready, I think, to stop going to prison. She's realized that that's not something that she wants to continue to do. She's put herself in that position again today. But speaking with her, she's really ready to turn her life around. And regardless of what you do here today, Judge, she's asking for probation, but even if you send her to prison, I think she's made up her mind finally that this will be the last time that she comes into court for any kind of felony offenses. She's really hoping that you would give her the opportunity to go to Santa Maria and get that the tools that she needs to make the better decisions in her life.
When did you get off parole?
January.
January of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
So you committed these offenses. You got off parole and you thought, let's do it.
Actually, Judge, the offensive date predates her.
Oh, so you were on parole. There we go. I was looking at that possession of controlled substance that haven't been filed. So you were on parole. Mr. Nichols?
Judge, I'd urge the full range of the cap based on her criminal history.
Bless you.
In addition to the state jail priors that are listed in the indictment, there's also a burglary conviction.
Yeah, she got 7 years. That's the one she was on parole
That's
for. So you've been convicted of a burglary of a habitation, a theft of a firearm, previous theft, got probations on all of those, even at different times. It looks like you were on probation for the burglary and the theft of a firearm, and then someone, potentially me, I don't know whose court that was in, but here, left you on probation and gave you 2 probations on those new thefts, and then you violated all that after getting those, and now you're here. Okay. All right, Ms. Faye, okay, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of credit or debit card abuse. Find those prior offenses, convictions true. Going to sentence you to a term of 5 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You're lucky that you got the cap. Mr. Rojas did a good job. It's rare that you're going to get rewarded for more bad behavior. You already got a 7-year sentence. You probably should be getting worse than that instead of going down. So you will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Rojas. Good luck to you, ma'am. You can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, this is cause number 25, DCCR 0304. And are you Gerson Santa Maria Mendoza?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mendoza was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery. The agreement was for a 10-year deferred probation and a $1,000 fine. I've received the pre-sentence report. And has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Judge.
So, Mr. Mendoza, you're only 18, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if I'm going to follow this agreement based on your age, the nature of the offense, the fact that you withdrew from school and haven't completed high school, I'm going to up front send you to the program called ISF. It's a 90-day program, and it is intended to help you to make better decisions. Because of your age, obviously, I want you to be successful on this probation, but I think there needs to be some involvement by other people to help you do better. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years. You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That's including going to and successfully completing the cognitive track of the ISF program.
Okay.
If you do everything you're supposed to on this probation and you successfully complete it, this is a great opportunity because you don't have a conviction for a felony on your record. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of your probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and you could go to prison for anywhere in the range of punishment, which is a minimum 5 years, up to the rest of your life in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, a condition of your probation is going to be that you get your GED. So once you get out of ISF, you're ordered to start that process within 45 days. Okay? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification. That shows that this was an agreement that I followed, so you waived your right to appeal. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Burge. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
GED programs.
They They might. You can let them know too. You might be able to start your GED in ISF. So check into it.
Because TDC does have a good program.
Yeah, I just don't know if ISF does, but that would be good to get. Good morning. Are you Kevin Ross?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Burbank, will your client waive the formal reading of the motion in each case?
Well,
Mr. Ross, in cause number 24, DCCR 1198, I have a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. Shows that you were placed on probation December 18th of 24 for the offense of deadly weapon in a penal institution, a third-degree felony, and that was a deferred probation for 4 years. Is that correct?
yes, ma'am.
It alleges that you, I'm sorry, and then I also have cause number 24, DCCR 1199, also a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. This shows that you were placed on probation December 18th of 2024 for evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle, a third-degree felony, and that was also a 4-year deferred probation. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me again why we're doing this.
Just, DPS did bring the video in. They have yet to submit the case formally to be indicted on the evading. So our thought was to allow that to come in, maybe hold it, see how he participates in ISF. Certainly if, based on those circumstances, we need to rediscuss it, we can. I don't believe he's had any write-ups while he's been in. I mean, obviously the new offense was quite
Yeah, that's-
egregious.
Well, and that's my, if you're on probation for that and then you do it again, 6 months after you were placed on probation?
No, I would only ask to let him go. That charge is still out there, and then we can address it depending on what the court wants to do, or we come in front of the court again.
But if he pleads on it now, then I don't think even if it's indicted, I mean, if he pleads true today
Right.
to the new offense and I do what I do on these motions and reinstate and send them to ISF, if the case is then submitted, or when it's submitted, you can't allege the same thing again and then me re-punish him for the same offense that he's already.
It's the new offense that you would address.
But y'all said that today. Count 1 is the new offense.
Right, but it's-
I can't do it twice.
Well, once it comes back, once it gets indicted, then it can be addressed.
On its own abstinence.
Yeah, not the NTRP, but the new offense.
Well, I know, but then we have 2 probations and a new offense, and the argument then is going to be, we'll leave him on probation because you can't revoke him because you already did this. Because I already took it into
But you also
consideration
have
on
the
these
option
motions.
of leaving him on probation and then sending him to the penitentiary if he doesn't do well on the new offense. See what I'm saying?
I know, but that's just, I mean,
Would you
Any
prefer,
word
Judge,
on
that I
where
just-
that is,
that I
why
just
they're-
reach out to them again? I know last time it was kind of in the context of that conversation.
Yeah.
You don't want me to call them, you're gonna call them.
Yeah.
I can do that, and I can get it to grand jury by next Wednesday.
I just would like more information, I think, before, on that case. I don't think we need to have them on a probation, and then those out there pending, and then in the middle of ISF, they send it. If a warrant's issued, they're gonna kick them out of ISF anyway.
We're gonna hold it until he got out, Judge.
I'm gonna reset it just a short time. If you will reach out, or if I need to reach out, I understand, I appreciate that they, I guess, cooperated somewhat with getting the video, but I think I'm gonna look into that a little more myself and find out where it is in the process and why it has not been
Yes, ma'am, because
submitted.
the offense date is June 13th.
Yeah, but it makes no sense to me. And from what I recall, it was not just a couple of blocks going slow. It was, okay.
I'll have investigator Bates reach out this morning, and we'll get it indicted by next week. If maybe an update would be beneficial.
That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm not going to just automatically do it. I think if there's going to be pleas, we can do an updated PSI. I want to know more about everything that's been going on before I agree to something like this. All right, you can go back with the bailiff.
This courtroom shows how judges look beyond just the crime and focus on honesty, behavior, and patterns. The first main point is about Ashley Faye, who admitted to credit card abuse but struggled to fully take responsibility because of her long criminal history and repeated mistakes after getting chances before. The judge lost trust in her and sentenced her to 5 years in prison, making it clear that excuses and hesitation can hurt credibility. The second main point highlights Jerson Mendoza, a young defendant who made a serious mistake but was given a second chance with 10 years probation and a rehabilitation program because of his age and potential to change. Another case was delayed because the judge wanted more information before making a decision, showing careful judgment. Overall, the courtroom sends a clear message: your attitude, honesty, and past actions can strongly affect whether you get mercy or face strict punishment.